Hey everybody, so we're launching an eco server. So if you're seeing this video, our eco server is up and running. And to join us, all you have to do is join our server at eco.stonelegion.com. And that's when you're in game on the eco, you can add us to the server list and basically follow the instructions when you join the game. Now, we do have a password system within the game. So if we go out of here and basically, when you go in the game, you should see a notification here. And there's this /rules dash show. And basically, you have to follow these instructions. Join our Discord, which you'll find in our description as well. So this is easy for you guys watching the video. Just go to our Discord, go to the role section and pick Eco, then go to our Eco channel and check the pin message. So, you know, the little pin at the top right on Discord, or what, it might be different on mobile, and read the rules. And then when you scroll through that somewhere, it'll give you a command, which is like, I think it's like rules dash accept space the password itself or whatever, and you just paste that in game, or just type it in game, and then it'll allow you to remove items out of your inventory, place items, cut down trees, things like that. So basically it'll give you access to actually being able to play on our server, and yeah, then you can play. So this server is going to be a long-term server, just to let you know. So the idea of this server is it's not going to be here for 30 days or destroy the meteor and then quit. It's actually meant to last a long time. And I think that was important because one thing we learned with a lot of the eco servers is they're very short term. It seemed like a big complaint with a lot of people. I think the devs are actually looking into making and extending the game later on as well for the future, I think for version 10. But the biggest complaint, it seemed, from a lot of people out there is, well, you play, you shoot down a meteor and you rinse and repeat. And that's not what we're looking for. We're actually looking for a game where we can play long term. There are other servers that do this, and I thought that was really cool. And so, we set the meteor to be 90 days. And if we don't somehow able to shoot it down in that time, which would be insane, we'll just increase it. We're not going to let it, come down and destroy our world. That's not the kind of world we are here. We want to build a village. We want to build a town. We want to build a city. We want to grow and expand. So this server should be up for quite a while until players aren't interested in playing. If players aren't, interested in playing, we're running it. It's been days in between somebody even bother logging in. It might just be a random player who's just like, oh, I saw this on the server list. Then we're going to probably shut it down at that point. But as long as there's active players playing it, we're just going to keep running it. So that could be months, could be years, but we'd be happy to run it. So that is our plan. We've changed a few settings. I might as well run down them with you guys here so everyone knows. And these might change a bit as time goes on. So basic server is 4 kilometers we set. By default, when you create a server or create your world in solo play, whatever, it is basically half a kilometer square. We set it to 4 kilometers square. So nice size world, just to give you an idea what that looks like. Here's the map here. I have it on flat right now. Let's go to 3D. There you go. So it's a nice, huge world. So we're here on this little beach. Look at the trees here. And we have this humongous world here where you can easily get lost. And yeah, it looks beautiful. So there we are. But look at those mountains there and stuff. So nice size world. Lots of rivers in here too. So there's a river there, rivers here, river there. I actually customized this, so you probably won't see this generation exactly in normal game because I actually customized the world gen just to be a bit more unique, adding extra rivers, made them a little wider, things like that. So I thought this would be a lot of fun. Look at the cool falls over here coming down from the mountains. But yeah, anyways. What else? So 4 kilometers. We have it on low collaboration mode. Basically, default servers are a medium, and that's usually meant for 10 to 30 players. And that's to take out the meteor within the 30 days. We set ours on low collab. Basically, it's for 3 to 10 players. You can take the meteor out in 30 days. That's why in 90 days, you should be able to easily take out the meteor. I'm sure we'll take it down even much sooner than that, but we're not supposed to be a rush server. We're advertising for new players because we're all new players. We bought the game 5 years ago. We've never played it. So we're advertising as free players. we're advertising it for newer players and, taking your time, enjoying it, relaxing, things like that. So I think that's going to be exciting. Another big change that we made was the food system. So they had a big update. I think it was like 9.4. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. And it added these 2 new options for food. So right now, food adds a big bonus. So if we check here, food down here has food groups. And when you hover over this, you have your balanced diet. So you got your, what, does it say everything somewhere? Yeah, you got your carbs, protein, fat, and vitamins. And you get a bonus when you got all those basically in a perfect, pie. So 25% of each of them. And so you get a bonus, which obviously my balanced diet bonus is not doing so good here. So that's important to get all those as balanced as possible. And that makes cooking and stuff interesting. But when you get to endgame, it's like, eventually you'll find that food that's really close to that, or you'll find maybe a couple items that you'll eat, but kind of changes that and kind of ruins that in the long run because you'll just eat the same food over and over. Well, what we have also is the variety bonus. So you eat the same food over and over and over, you'll actually get a small hit on the bonus. So you'll get, maybe up to negative 10% or something. You're not going to, bonus reaches 25% after 20 food types, then the diminishing return approaching 50%. Oh, okay. But anyways, you'll get a debuff, obviously, but you'll get a really nice bonus as well. And this just makes it so you don't eat the same food 100 times in a row. Instead, you'll eat varieties, which I think is great, and it helps farming, it helps cooking, everything else. And then there's also this other new option, which is called the tasteness multiplier. So there will be foods that you like. So for example, I like pumpkins. So I get a 10% bonus when I eat them. Now, if I eat something I don't like, it can go as low as, I think, negative 10%. So basically there's foods I'll like, foods I don't like. And so the idea is you're going to want to discover those, and everyone has different tastes. So like I might like this pumpkin where somebody like Togi or Electro completely hates pumpkins. And so it's not their food. They don't like it. So basically it makes, shopkeepers sell the players who set up shop and stuff like that, they're going to want to sell multiple types of foods because it's going to be really important for that. And it's all listed in here. This game is like tooltip heaven. You can go into, a tooltip and then hover into another tooltip. Well, this one doesn't have a sub tooltip, but you can hover into the pumpkin here, and then you can go and check, the gathering one here. You can go and basically you can do it over and over, and it's just crazy. So that was the big change there for, basically balance, really. I thought that would be a really cool one to have, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So endgame there's the laser. The laser on a computer. I've never done endgame. I just know there's, I guess, a laser and a computer involved with it. We set those to the hard recipes, just so there's a little extra grind. Why not? There is skill books in the game. So normally you create a skill book. Like, for example, I've learned the basics. So you do wood cutting, and then you probably do carpentry next or something like that. And to unlock the carpentry, you make a skill book. And, it's early game, the recipes are pretty easy. Later on, they get quite complex, from my understanding. Well, they give you this book that prints off the skill, which you could personally only use it once, but you can then give this scroll to everyone on the server, and it kind of felt cheap. So what I've done is added a mod that literally makes it so that instead of getting a book, you get the scroll. And yeah, so it's a little bit more complicated, especially for those harder ones, but it also makes, somebody who wants to create skill books, it gives them actually a market for that. They can set a pretty hefty price on it because it's a one-time item that, people will be using, but at the same time, it won't devalue it to, silliness where you could just literally click the book and print it off like nonstop. So I thought that would be really cool. The meteor itself, I guess we talked about that. It's 90 days anyways, so we don't have to worry about that. And that's pretty much most of the changes. We got a Discord bot in the game, so like the chat's linked to in-game to Discord, things like that. It shows different things on the Discord as well. There's a spot spam one, so when people like start crafting something or they buy stuff and sell stuff, the bot will just update people and let them know that happened. It's kind of handy if you're out of game. You can see, oh, somebody's been buying your stuff, whatever. Just useful for that. You can use the search on that. I think that's pretty much, we've tweaked things here and there, like day and night cycles. I've made them quite long. So usually it's 48 hours. So the world goes through day and night cycles 48 times in a 24-hour period. And the world was moving too rapid for me. And so I changed it to 12. So you're going to have very longer nights and very longer days. And I just thought that was okay because nighttime isn't too dark in this game. And you get this point of period anyways where it's kind of bright anyways. You get that, like, the dawn and dusk. They seem to sit there quite long, so the peak of the night is very short. You can see right now, like, I don't know what time it is in the game, or like the world time itself, right? But obviously it's not that dark. But obviously it is like darker part of the day. So I just thought that was more interesting. I really hated the day and night cycles moving way, way, way too fast. It was just too silly for me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just little tweaks and changes here, and just to make the game better. But overall, we've tried to keep it mostly vanilla, except really that skill book was basically the one change we made that wasn't vanilla. The new food stuff is a feature that comes with it. By default, it's not enabled, but we enable it, and I think a lot of servers will be doing that in the future anyways. So yeah, I hope you guys will check it out. Like I said, we are kind of catering to newer players who haven't really played Eco or have never played Eco. I mean, if you are a veteran player, I mean, we're not going to say no, you can't play our server, but be respectful. Please don't be like one of those people that are going to tell everyone how you're supposed to do it. If you do it wrong, you're not doing it right, kind of thing. Don't be the person who, rushes to the laser and shoots the asteroid. Like, it was supposed to be like a community project where we all pitch in and we can all set a time and date and launch it together. Don't come on here and just be like, I'm number one, I'm better than you, I'm the king of the fools, because, well, we're not really fools, but we are the newbie guys here, and that's just not fun for us. And if we get annoyed by you, we'd probably remove you if you are annoying, because we are trying to make a nice little community here. And we got to learn sometimes to put our foot down and say, if you're ruining everyone else's fun, we can't have it. So we're pretty relaxed. I'm going to let you know, like, when we run a Minecraft server, we might ban 1 or 2 people in a year. And those people usually have had duping, exploiting, or they're just the worst toxic people possible, where they were already on their way out. They were just, they just thought they could do a nice big drama burst on their way out. So yeah, don't worry that we're going to ban you just for being you or maybe talking too much or anything like that. But yeah, try to be part of our community. Like, we want to set up highways and roads. That's a big one. Definitely want to set that up. We got to learn how to set up a government. A lot of people who run servers, they set up a government at the early part of the game. So it's like, okay, new server is up and running. We're going to set up our government now. But I've elected not to do that because I want to have our government something we establish as a community, and even try the election, stuff like that, and then form this government, set everything up, and just basically take it from there as time goes on. So I thought it would be kind of cool. So our spawn point is, I don't even know where it is. It's just somewhere on the map. It's somewhere like this. Basically, you're going to spawn around here, and then you'll go off. We'll move the spawn point once we've, as the players, created our own spawn point. So we'll create a new area. You'll start in there. We'll have signs. We'll welcome you to our community. The road or highway will be there. You can use it. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. So it gives some customization and things like that, which lets us integrate new players into our world a little easier and better as well. So it's going to be cool, though. I can't wait. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to do a big Let's Play series on it as well. But look at this world. This is what the world's going to look like. I'm going to reset this one, but this is the exact seed we're going to use. Like I said, I've customized this seed. You're not going to see one like this. I mean, by default, if you don't pick a seed, everyone has the same world, but this seed is customized. This is not just a seed that I picked. I customized the world terrain itself. So I've brought down the oceans to be a little less. I've increased the amount of rivers. I've increased the width of the rivers. And I tweaked the lakes. I actually brought down the lakes a wee bit. I like the lakes a lot, but I learned that if I bring down the lakes down a wee bit, I could even get more of the rivers to spawn. And I love the rivers. I like the rivers. I mean, I know these are a little clunky, but they work only in certain patterns in certain areas, so you can only do so much. I can't tell it to make a river down here or put a river down here. It's the way it's coded. It just doesn't let me, pick and choose, obviously. But I found a way to add quite a bit of rivers into it, which I think is really cool. So you still got lakes around as well. So I hope you enjoy it, though. I put a lot of time and effort into just even sculpting this world, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And this game has so much features. If you've never heard of Eco, there's just nothing like it. It is literally a simulated ecosystem, to the rabbits, to the wolves, everything. So like there's dozens and dozens of species, and like if one species becomes more invasive and starts eating out all the other ones, you will actually lose an entire species. That other species might actually starve because of it. So kind of protecting, even making sure that you hunt some wolves in the end because maybe they overpopulate or whatever. If that becomes an issue, you have to monitor that. You have all these graphs and data. So just the map in game here, you have all these layers, but you have all these layers that you can do here, plant groups and things like that. You can look at the population. So this is the population of just the plants itself, right? This is the tree population. You got the yield potential here. So that's just plants. And then you have, what else do we have? Here's the animals. So this is look at all these guys. And then you have these guys here. This is ones on the land here. So ridiculous amount. Like when you think about it, look at so this would be all the creatures here. I know it's like two different, there you go. But yeah, when you look at that, that's a lot of different creatures out there. And they all have an ecosystem. It might be them eating berries off the ground to eating each other kind of thing. And so there's this really, really crazy balance. And it's really, really, really important for the ecosystem. So just taking one of those variables out, boom. If you pollute the world too much, literally, like there's something called tailings. It's a process. It's like the scum or whatever you call it from processing metals. If you start littering a lot of them, you'd have to litter a lot of them. But you put a bunch in the ocean, it will create ground pollution. It'll slowly spread, and it could actually cause too much CO2 or the other one. And basically over time, things will start to die. Trees will absorb and hold water more. I think even the glaciers might even melt on the mountains and the hills and stuff, like the moisture changes. And so things won't hold water as much. And the sea will actually increase level. So all this land here might become flooded. A lot of what you see here, all this could easily become flooded if you're not careful. So it's really exciting, like the impact of this game, and you can keep it in pretty good balance. And that's one of the reasons why we went for the 4 kilometers square, because it does also help you keep things in check a bit more. Like I said, it's supposed to be a server that lasts, so we don't want to just destroy our, the ecosystem overnight, accidentally. But at the same time, it does give us ways to repair it. And that's just the tipping point, the graph system there. This one here, it takes you to the actual graphs. They're outside of the browser. I'm not going to show it to you right now because the data, actually, it has some data now. Let me see if I can show you. Give me a second. Here you go. So this is amazing. This is outside of the game. So we have a mod on here, first of all, that's called Cost Calculator. So you can use this to actually learn your costs and make this stuff. You can import and export things like this, which is really cool. But you have this scientific data in here. And this page is important. It actually takes you to a web browser, connects to our server. And what this actually does here is, if you look on here, you can see all the plants in the world, meteor impact, things like that, amount of players, world size, blah, blah, blah. But what you can do here is you can actually look through here and, here's the citizens, chat sent. So it'll show you how many chats have been sent. First log in, plays here. You can go in here and do civics here. Insane amount of information here. But this is just player actions, blah, blah, blah. You can go here to those animals I was telling you about. And we got to clear the categories here. There you go. So we can go to animals here, for example, look at the cod species, and we can see that over time they've grown slightly, a 0.86. I'm guessing one cod got spawned. You have to remember the server's only been running for an hour and 50 minutes. It takes days for this to populate correctly. But you can actually, turn this on and actually get it on the map. I don't know how it works on this thing here. I might not even be doing it correctly, but you can basically set this data over here basically, and you can actually see and watch how it changes over time on this map, and you can actually go through it, and it updates it and all this other stuff, and it's just amazing. all the different stuff. So like literally I was telling you about the pollution. So you go to environment here and you'll check total ground pollution here. There's 0 right now, but you'll keep an eye on it. You can keep an eye in game, keep an eye on the map. If you see it in game and you're like, oh crap, what's going on? You can go on this map and you can map it on here and basically keep an eye on it. Like, when did this start? Where is it starting? And then we have to devise a way to fix it. How do we solve this issue that is happening? And you come up with a plan. So this game is so complicated, and that's just like the ecosystem part of it. It just never ends. There's so much data and information on it. Then there's the whole government. There's like literally government. You can run laws. I can make a law so when you cut down a tree, you have to pay a tax for it, and when you plant a tree, we pay you to do that. We could make a law where basically you have to be a servant to making road work. Maybe you have to put community hours into road work. I'm not joking. There is really complicated stuff you can do with the government, all to the point where it's so complicated you can actually make it so players can't even join the server, where they have a fail-safe feature on the server software that's enabled by default to prevent it from happening, but to the point where you can make a law that no one can join the server. So it's amazing, the details and the complexity of this. This is like not just a game. This is like it's science. It's education. It really gets your brain going, and it's on a whole different scale. So I'm really excited to play this. I've talked so much, honestly. You guys are gonna hopefully check it out anyways, and if not, hopefully you'll check out the Let's Play series that we're gonna do. I think you'll enjoy it, but yeah, we'll learn about it. I'll learn a lot. You guys will give me some tips and tricks, hopefully, and yeah, we'll kick some ass and have some fun. So I'm gonna go to bed now because at the time of recording this, I'm actually doing it the night before. It's almost 2 a.m. We're launching it at like 1 p.m. ish the next day. So I want to get up, shower, and be fresh for the day. And then basically, when you see the video, it's up and running, and all you have to do is check the Discord link, and it'll give you all the server information. I might put also the information in a pinned message on the YouTube channel, or not a pinned message on the YouTube channel, but on the pinned comments or whatever, and I'll give you the information how to join and stuff like that. But the best way is our Discord, because you got to go there anyways for that server password. So anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff, and we will see you wonderful people in Eco soon.